Hello, I'm Chris Pereira.
And I'm Ken McGrath, and this is History of Today, Channel 5 News.
Our top story today, the Bay of Pigs invasion. Information after the break.
I'm in a timeout because apparently riding the dog like it's a small horse is frowned upon in this establishment. Luckily, though, I can conceal this bad boy underneath my blanket just so I can get on E-Trade, check my investment portfolio, research stocks. Wait, why you take... Oh, I see. Solitary. Just a man and his thoughts. And a smartphone. With an E-Trade app. Nobody knows.
E-Trade. Investing Unleashed.
Breaking news. There is a hurricane in Miami, Florida. Hopefully the Kardashians are all right. Mikhail Burke is on the scene right now, live.
Hi, this is Mikhail, live from Miami, Florida, and there's a hurricane.
Now, our top story. The Bay of Pigs invasion ended, and the Cuban exiles trained by our government lost terribly. Basically, they're set up for disaster. Even though they were given American weapons, they did not have air support. And the armies were, after 3 days, 1,400 exiles against Cuban Fidel Castro's army of 41,000. Here is Dante live in Washington, D.C. hospital, interviewing survivors from the battle.
Hi, I'm in Washington, D.C. Here's Charles from the CIA. He just returned from the battle with the Cuban exiles. Charles, can you tell us what happened?
I trained them, and now they are either injured or dead. Remember, the communists did this to us.
Really? Hey, we're in the hospital with our second witness. He was a witness in the Bay of Pigs invasion, and he's going to tell us why and how it started and what happened. He is going to be blacked out for security reasons. So let's go.
I remember when it all started and Fidel Castro overthrew Batista. Right after that, even where I lived, an island away, I heard propaganda saying bad things about the United States. That's who I think the United States government trained us to overthrow Fidel. Right when we got there, I knew we were in over our heads. The next day, there was an explosion. I woke up here. That's all I remember.
May I ask you one more question, sir?
Yeah.
Did any of your friends die or family members?
They all died. It was just a sudden blur. They all died.
I'm so sorry, witness number 2.
Thank you, Dante. Now here's an expert to tell us more information about the invasion. As you may know, Fidel Castro overthrew Batista in 1959. He then turned Cuba into a communist state. In the 1960s, President Eisenhower gave the CIA to begin training Cuban exiles to oppose Castro's rule in Cuba. On April 19, 1961, 1,500 troops landed on the coast. Over 100 of them were killed and many were captured. This attack was a huge fail to the United States. The main reason for this was to stop communism in Cuba. There were also reasons was to protect the supply of raw materials that was entering our country. We were afraid that Castro might block these ships and keep the supply himself. Since this was a realistic fear, of reasoning was quite logical. Furthermore, our country wanted to protect the rest of Latin America from being taken over by communism. Here is now a video from the scene. There will be our second expert speaking in the background.
Invasion of the Bay of Pigs had been planned under Eisenhower. Kennedy reviewed it, had his doubts, but approved the plan nonetheless. The American-backed Cubans didn't have a chance. They were flattened on the beach, forced into ignoble surrender. It was a monumental fiasco from start to finish. It made Kennedy seem rash, naive, imprudent, and uninformed, and in his area of self-proclaimed expertise in foreign policy.
I not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends to be candid about its errors. For as a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it.
Here is now a video from the scene. The weather after the break.